Oh. Oh. Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. Everyone, close your eyes and open your hearts to the divinity that is you.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram 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 Jaya Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram सियावर रामचंद्र की जय.
Bhagwan's smile. To one who is ordinary, this is called avidya maya. It makes one more confused. All of their experiences don't bring them back to divinity, but rather move them further from divinity. Bhagwan's smile for the one who is extraordinary. Bhagwan's smile is known as Vidya Maya, an expression that helps them to remember their divinity. Every experience becomes meaningful. When Prince Arjuna surrenders, Shri Krishna smiles at him that he is saved from dependent joy. Prince Arjuna has come to understand and appreciate that sadness is unnatural. If sadness was natural, we would want more of this in all ways. That sadness is unnatural. This is not Prince Arjuna's nature. This is not our nature. With Prince Arjuna ready to listen, with Prince Arjuna ready for Shravana, Bhagavan Krishna begins the philosophy of Gita. Chapter 2, verse 11. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashocyan Anvashochastvam Prajnavadamscha Bhashase Gatasun Agatasunscha Nanushochanti Panditaha. Shri Krishna said to Prince Arjuna, Shri Krishna is saying to us, Ashochan, those who don't need to be grieved for. Anvashochaha, Tvam, you are grieving. You are grieving for those who don't need to be grieved for. This is a pithy quarter with many perspectives. I'll only introduce this as the difference between sadness and grief. When someone you love, someone you care for, is no longer with you, feeling sad is completely natural. Not just with someone, an experience, a discourse series being over, the sun behind a cloud. Feeling sad, feeling the sense of missing is natural, but with grief, one becomes irresponsible. That's what's being indicated. Where I'm not looking after myself, I'm not looking after others. This is adharma. This is what Sri Krishna is sharing. Prince Arjuna, you've drifted to adharma for those in our devotional course. How Sri Krishna loved his biological parents, his foster parents, the gopas, the gopis, yet he had to keep moving and he missed them. But this never drifted to him becoming irresponsible. Prajnavadan bhashase. Yet, Prince Arjuna, you are speaking words of the wise. And here he's comparing Prince Arjuna to himself and vice versa. Shri Krishna and Prince Arjuna are both knowledgeable in the sense that they have knowledge. Yet Shri Krishna is living this and Prince Arjuna is not. For us to make this more relative, I'm sure many of you have come across this verse many times. It's in our head. Yet for most of us, this is not filtered to our heart. We don't feel this. We don't feel that this message is real. Those who are knowledgeable are many. They have lots in their head. But those who are wise are few. What's in their head has evolved to being in their hearts also. That's why this morning we began with, close your eyes and open your hearts. The third quarter, describing those whom Prince Arjuna is grieving for. Gatasun, those who have died. Gata means those who have gone. Agatasun, those who are living. Those who have not gone but are going to go. Correct? It's just a matter of time. Right now, all of us are agatasun, but in time, we are going to become gatasun. The depth of these two words really is Shri Krishna guiding Prince Arjuna to live in an unconditional way. To live this Gita, this philosophy, with no conditions. That means no excuses, no blaming. You can change these two words to anything, hot and cold, likes and dislikes, success and failure. It doesn't matter. Unconditional. This is how, for us, Sri Krishna will go from a name to us feeling that presence in our hearts. You feel yourself unconditionally, correct? When you're tired, not tired, meaningful mornings, outside of meaningful mornings. And now the most important part of this quarter. Panditaha, again, those who are wise, na anushochanti. The wise do not grieve. Anushochanti, which means to grieve, and expressions of this, sorrow, fear, confusion, only applies to those who are not the Atma. Atma means the spirit. And the nature of the Atma or spirit is Ananda. So if I'm not the spirit, I will grieve. But if I am the spirit, then really I can't grieve. If there's light, there can't be darkness, right? But if you're experiencing darkness, the reason for that is you're not looking at the light. And the same for all of us. If I asked all of you, who are you? You'll describe your height, your education, who you voted for. Anushochanti, grieving is only for those who are not the spirit. Every being is the spirit. For the next 19 verses, this one and 19 more, this same theme is repeated again and again and again in different ways. The idea being, be happy. That's it. Done. We don't have to finish in 2,000 mornings. We can finish right now. Be happiness. These verses, 11 all the way to 30, are the verses that are chanted when you're with someone who's not well, when you're with someone who's dying, or with someone who has died. So these are very important verses. The summary again is, Shri Krishna is sharing this in the opposite to relate to Prince Arjuna, that he's grieving, but the positive affirmation is, be happiness. Swami Chinmayananda's message to kids, to all of us is, keep smiling. We'll go into different perspectives on this verse tomorrow morning. From inspiration to application, I want to share some observations on many of our recent applications, starting with, one of your applications was to memorize and revolve around verse 7. And I was moved reading how much this verse means to all of you, that you're praying with this verse. You cry when you hear this verse or read this verse. Another application was, how can you become a disciple? And instead of ignoring this application, many of you wrote how you're striving to be a disciple. Without being a disciple, one will not be listening to Gita, to Sri Krishna. Another application, what circumstance made you a seeker? A seeker is one who uses every circumstance to seek. And particularly, Ranjani, her sharing is most moving. Hardships are all blessings. Another was for you to feel that when you're on the ground, what are you going to do? The low point of your life. That lowness brings about more listening, and listening lifts us. And finally, yesterday's application was for you to be silent. Do share what this meant to you. For me, being silent was listening more to my own confusion and fear and sorrow and to others. How rampant confusion, fear, and sorrow are. The lovely announcement of George Floyd's murder being, I don't know what word to use, sanctified or made important, a call to people to end separation, to end Dvaita, was such a relief. But that's just a dot in millions and billions of dots of confusion and fear and sorrow. In my silence, I came to understand and appreciate I need to be more. I need to do more. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be happiness.